So today for our first game, we are doing a game called In the Zone. And how this game works is, if you have access to balls at home, use the balls that you have at home. If you don't, you can use pillows with your parents' permission. You can use pillows. You can use blankets. You could use cups, plates, utensils. You could use your dog, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so the object of this game is you're gonna have two teams. One team gets one side of balls, the other team gets the other side of balls. So the object of this game is to take all of these balls, but one at a time. That's the catch. Don't throw them all at once because that wouldn't really work. So you're gonna take the ball, you're gonna walk up to a line. There's gonna be a line. This is a line you can't cross. Don't cross the line. If you cross the line, you gotta start over. So you're gonna take the ball and try to make it into the zone. Kind of like that, not really, didn't really count. So if you make it into the square, you take your ball back, put it back here because you made it, get a different kind of ball, walk back up, try to make it into the square. If you miss, you still have to go, get the ball and bring it back and start over. So you keep going until you make as many balls as you can in a minute. So the team that makes the most balls in a minute wins.
Today's Bible story is about Deborah leading the Israelites. It's from the book of Judges, chapter 4 and 5. After the Israelites conquered all of the promised land that God had given to them, they started to turn away from God and worship other gods. So God rose up judges to help bring them back to himself. One judge in particular was a woman called Deborah. God called and equipped Deborah to lead the nation of Israel out of sin, disobedience and captivity, and into righteousness, obedience and freedom. Since the Israelites were not following God, he allowed them to be overruled by the Canaanites. However, Deborah would not stand for this. She not only was their judge, but she was also a prophet and a warrior. God told her to challenge the Canaanite king's fiercest commander to battle, Sisera. She enlisted the help of an Israelite warrior called Barak, and the two gathered an army of 10,000 men. Then Deborah encouraged her army, saying, "The Lord will give you victory over Sisera, for the Lord is marching ahead of you." And sure enough, God was with them on the battlefield. The Israelites defeated Sisera's whole army and eventually destroyed the Canaanite king's power and rule over them. After their victory, they turned back to the Lord. While someone like Deborah may have seemed like an unlikely leader, God clearly chose her to help deliver his distressed and defeated people. She was willing and obedient to listen to God's plan and trust in his power to save them. She also encouraged and challenged those around her to do the same. Today's application to the story is that good leaders are ones who listen, inspire, and serve. They don't put their followers down, but they build them up. They encourage others to do the right thing.
All right, so next thing we're going to do, we're going to stay on the creativity and paper theme. So next we are going to make a football out of paper. So hopefully you have some scrap paper lying around, or old magazines, newspapers, things like that you're not using, that you can use the paper from. So simply, we're going to take paper, crumple it up into however big of a ball you want to make, and you just keep putting paper over the ball that you've already made, and we're going to keep doing that until we make a big enough ball that we want to make. So for me, I'm going to try to get it as close to baseball size as I can, maybe a volleyball, probably not a volleyball, but what I want you to do with this paper is we are going to hold a little competition. How that's going to work is after you make the ball out of paper, you're going to see how many keep-ups you can do with said paper ball. So I don't know the world record. We're going to say the record for this is going to be 20. We're going to try to get to 20. We may not get there. We might get there. We'll see what happens. So after you get the ball to the size that you want, you're going to take some tape.
Use more paper, dog.
Why?
Make it bigger.
Make sure the paper stays ball form. We're going to take some tape, tape it around the ball just so it holds. If you don't get your fingers stuck, that's okay too. And there we have a paper ball.